I'm Lauren Whitehurst. I'm a certified personal trainer and certified nutrition coach.
Hi, I'm Sunny Lippincott. I'm a certified professional life coach and a certified brain health professional.
We also have Angela Salyers, who is a licensed professional counselor, and the three of us together make up
Whole Life Vitality.
We teach whole life vitality of the mind, body, and soul, bringing the physical, emotional, and spiritual together for whole life wellness.
Hey guys, how are you?
Today we are going to talk about
Morning routine.
Morning routine. That's a big one. Most people, their eyes pop open in the morning after, not having a great night's sleep. They stayed up late. They were on their phones. Their eyes pop open in the morning. And what's the first thing people do?
Snooze. Oh. Their eyes pop open and then they shut again.
You're so right. That is not what I was going to say, but you are 100% right.
And they don't even really pop open. They kind of flutter open, but they hit snooze. I would say the majority of people hit snooze a few times.
Absolutely. Yes. And that's a podcast for another day.
That's a podcast for another day.
But I will say it takes about 4 hours for your body to recover from hitting the snooze button. So we'll just leave that little token there and we'll come back to it another time. So what happens after the snooze?
Well, you have then waited the last possible moment to get up.
Right.
And you get up out of bed, and depending on if you are a parent, you are running around frantically trying to get yourself ready, your children ready, all the things. And it's almost school time, back to school time again. So at that point, you're packing lunches and preparing book bags, and you didn't lay clothes out before.
Well, no, because I was tired last night.
So they're asking you, where's my shirt? Where's my socks?
We're doing pretty great if we have clean laundry in a basket somewhere to pull from.
Absolutely. And as a life coach, when I ask people, do you have a morning routine? Most of them say no. Truth is, you do.
Everyone
because
does.
a routine is something that you routinely do. Mm-hmm. And so everyone has a morning routine. It's just, is one serving you? Or is it really hindering you?
Right.
I just read a study for 2023 that said that 92% of really successful people and like high functioning athletes have morning routines. And these are not snooze.
They're not snoozing.
They're not
five
snoozing.
times.
No, these are not running around frantic routines.
Okay.
So let's start with first, what does a morning routine give you? Because if we're going to talk about, why you need one, let's talk about why you need one.
I guess what an intentional morning routine gives you.
Yes.
Because that would be different than
Yes.
what we all kind of habitually do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does a beneficial morning routine give you? It reduces stress.
That sounds lovely. Let's do that.
Reduces stress. That's huge. Stress is the number one reason people are ending up at the doctor's office right now. Over 90% of healthcare visits are stress related.
Well, and panic attacks feel just like heart attacks. So
It's scary.
yeah.
Stress, it improves focus. Mm-hmm. Truly, that's huge.
Yeah.
You think that feeling scattered all morning means that you're going to get to the office and immediately find your laser focus. It's not going to happen.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It improves mood.
Yeah.
It's not just a stress reliever. It actually produces a good mood. It helps you feel better.
Well, and you accomplished something.
Yes.
So you get that dopamine, and whatever gives you dopamine, you want more of.
Absolutely.
So then if you do something positive and productive for yourself first thing in the morning, then you want to continue doing things that are positive and productive for yourself.
Which leads to the biggest one for me is it builds resilience.
Oh, yes.
So all day you're going to be met with, different things that come up. Mm-hmm. And how do you handle those things?
Yeah.
Do they make you immediately, this day has gone to heck?
Yeah. If you start out your day and you're already behind the 8 ball,
Yeah.
you're like, how can I function through this? Then, of course, everything after that is just
so heavy.
Too much. If you're already overflowing, then everything else is just more.
So it's that when you have, already in your arsenal, like all of these things built up because you've prepared yourself for the day.
Right.
Then when those, instances happen, you're like, okay, what do I do with this? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm focused.
Yeah.
My stress is down. I feel better. Let me see how I can come at this. Like, how can I come at this differently?
So what would a positive morning routine look like?
So let's talk about that. The do's and the don'ts of morning routines. Okay. Make it real simple.
Yeah.
That same study that said that 92% of high performing athletes and successful people have a morning routine, 89% of Americans who are struggling pick up their phone within the first 10 minutes of waking. So,
I dare say it's less than that. I would even think the time would be less than that.
Oh,
like 10 minutes of waking.
Yes.
I almost think because most of us have our alarm clocks on our phones, it's so easy to hit the snooze, or when you tell it to stop, then you just pick up the phone. What kind of notifications do I have? What is social media doing? What's happening in the world? What does my calendar look like today?
Because, in the 90s, we all had alarm clocks.
Right.
Alarm clocks are what wake you up. Mm-hmm. You can't scroll an alarm clock.
Yeah.
But what do we use now? We use our phones.
Mm-hmm.
So you're picking up the phone to turn off the alarm clock, and then lo and behold, you have a notification.
Right.
Well,
and it sucks you in.
You can't just leave a notification.
Yep.
Again, a podcast for another day. I've got some on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So 89% are reaching for their phones with, it says 10 minutes, but truly, probably immediately
They're
upon
averaging
waking.
it out.
Yes. It's terrible because what it's doing, it's already putting your brain into overload. The stimulation immediately impacts. So your brain is most readily accessible in the morning.
Okay.
Like it's open. You've had your rest. And then to all of a sudden bombard it with stress-inducing information. So you got emails, you got, social media, you got news outlets, breaking news,
It's always breaking
news.
It's
always breaking
What's
news.
What's it breaking?
What is it breaking?
Your mind.
Your peace. yeah.
Your peace of mind.
Your peace of mind. So that is a don't. For me, about 5 years ago, I decided to no phones within an hour upon waking. Now, I built that up. So I encourage everyone, 10 minutes. Start with 10 minutes and just say 10 minutes without my phone.
Right.
First thing in the morning.
And you can even increase that by 5 minutes every week if you wanted to. If you felt good about the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Slowly increase it, but then you're not just diving all in.
Exactly. I don't tell any of my clients, I want you to go an hour. We start very small. So just go 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes, first thing, no phone. So that is a don't. That is a don't. Don't snooze.
Yeah.
Like when the alarm goes off, get up.
Set the timer for the time you want to get up.
Right.
If your alarm goes off at 5:30 and you really don't want to get up at 5:30, you're like, I'm going to snooze until 6, set the alarm for 6. Because you're not getting good sleep between 5:30 and 6 anyway.
It's actually making you feel more groggy upon waking.
More tired.
So do get up when the alarm goes off.
Yes.
Do reverse engineer, okay?
Yeah.
Everyone has that magic number of hours of sleep that they need. Okay. I need 7. I need 7 hours of sleep.
I need 8 to 9. I know it seems like a lot, but I'm a teenager still inside.
We're all different. We're all different. So I know how many hours, I know what time I need to get up. We all know what time we need to get up. So what time do you need to get up? Reverse engineer that. How many hours?
What time do you need to go to sleep?
What time do you need to go to bed?
Yeah.
Even if you are not tired,
Yep.
get in bed. You're going to start setting your brain up for that. Like, okay, this is bedtime, this is wake time, this is bedtime, this is wake time. It's going to actually start making you tired.
Yep. So Sunny is my coach, and she introduced this idea to me gosh, what is it? Almost 5 years ago now, 4 years ago, something like that. And when I started doing this and telling myself I wasn't going to use my phone right before bed, then I would climb into bed and I would set my phone to the side, and you will not believe how quickly you fall asleep.
Absolutely.
And how soon after getting into bed you feel tired when you're not distracted by your phone.
Yeah, when you don't have information overload.
Yes.
You realize even sitting in the dark,
yes.
like, okay, lights are off. But when you have a phone that is in front of you, it's basically like turning all the lights on for your brain. Mm-hmm. So
like the sunshine is shining right in your face.
Yes, and people are wondering why I'm having, difficulty sleeping.
Insomnia.
Yeah. So reverse engineer, no phone right upon waking. Truly don't snooze. These are all don'ts. Let's talk about some do's real quick. How do you start a morning routine? What are some things that I would recommend? Because everyone's morning routine looks different. But some things that I recommend to my clients are gratitude.
Yeah.
Gratitude in the morning. I started with just like a gratitude prayer, like getting up in the morning and just saying out loud the things that I'm grateful for. But a gratitude journal actually increases the feeling of gratitude.
And lessens anxiety.
It lessens anxiety. So anyway, grab a notebook, anything. You don't have to have a special gratitude journal, although I'm a journal person. Yeah. I've got a bunch of them. But if you're starting out, it can be a Post-it note.
Yep.
I don't care.
It can be a whiteboard. It can be your bathroom mirror. It can be vocalizing it to the person laying in bed next to you.
Absolutely.
Any way that you do it is the right way for you to do it. Just do it.
Just do it. List gratitude. If it seems daunting to you, 3 things.
Yep.
List 3 things. And I recommend thinking about the day before. What are 3 things from the day before that you can be grateful for? Mm-hmm. And then ultimately build up to 10. Yeah. 10 things every day. But gratitude is a must. It's a must. Definitely the gratitude. Then quiet time.
Yeah.
Like however that looks for you, it's a meditation time. Mm-hmm. So whether you want to use that as prayer time, whether you want to use that as quiet time, whether you want to use that as journaling time, thinking time, whatever that is, a few moments of quiet time.
Would you start with like 5 minutes? Like,
I do 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is great.
Do you start with 5?
I would start with 5.
Okay.
It's not that hard.
It's just 5 minutes.
It's 5 minutes. Even if it means sitting with your coffee.
Yeah.
Just sitting in a chair. Maybe going out on the porch if you have a porch or you have a balcony.
If you can sit outside and get morning sunshine, oh my goodness, the health benefits.
So just 5 minutes with a cup of coffee and just reflection time. Like however that looks for you, what feels comfortable in your body, 5 minutes of that. So beneficial. Reading is huge. If you'd like to, maybe you don't love reading, but reading something.
If you don't love reading, listen to a podcast. Something positive, something that leaves you feeling good, something that sets the tone for your day.
Absolutely.
But reading a good book.
A good book.
Maybe not. I love fiction. Maybe not fiction.
Right.
Reading something that's going to kind of give you a little something more. Start fueling your brain, getting your brain moving.
Absolutely. Listening, reading, however that looks to you. There's so much that you can find. Much that you can find that's available to you. And then, so if you're just looking at, 10, 15 minutes of a morning routine, write down your to-do list for the day. What are the 3 things that really need to get done today?
Yep.
And it's kind of like a brain dump because sometimes your day can feel so heavy and overwhelming, but get it out. There's so much power in getting it out. So write those 3 things that you really know needs to happen that day. Get it on paper.
If you narrow it down to 3,
yes,
you don't feel so overwhelmed either. And when you accomplish the 3, you feel amazing.
You feel so good. Checking them off, your brain loves when you check something off.
Yep.
It helps you to feel so accomplished. And that's motivation.
Yep.
Motivation is cultivated. Okay? You don't just have motivation. You cultivate motivation.
Yep. 100%.
So those are great options to begin a morning routine. And you might find that at the beginning, gratitude and the 5 minutes is all that you have.
Right.
That's okay. Build.
And that could take less than 10 minutes.
Yes.
So it's a great place to start.
Absolutely.
And how long would you say to do that, those 10 minutes, before you add on something else?
I would at least go a month. Go 1 month doing that. We like to say, 21 days builds a habit. It actually doesn't.
Yeah.
But it starts to create new neural pathways that start building upon the habit. Mm-hmm. So even at just 10 minutes for a month, do that. And then very slow, listen, consistency is key.
Yep.
It's not about doing it perfectly. It's about doing it consistently. So even if you tack on a couple of extra minutes, then another month, say, I'll do 12. I'll do 12 minutes for that. That's great. Build the consistency. But for that first 4 weeks, 10 minutes.
Gratitude and quiet.
Quiet time. Those two start with. They're a must.
And then as you continue to add on, then you would add in reading time.
Listening to a podcast. It's learning. Yep. That's really what it is.
So reading or listening to a podcast. And I would say physical activity.
Oh, yes.
But
stretching in the morning.
Yes.
Stretching is huge. Mm-hmm. Animals. Do you have a cat? Do you have a dog? What do they do when they wake up? They stretch because they know how good it is for their body. Stretch.
Yep.
That's huge. If you have the time, take a walk. Do some form of getting your body moving in the morning. It's huge.
If you don't have the time, start with what you can.
Yeah.
And you'll start to feel better. And as you start to feel better, you'll start finding time to do more things to help you feel even better.
Feel better, you'll do better.
That's right. That's right.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Get started on your morning routine today. If you'd like a kickstart on that, then head on over to wholelifevitality.com and follow our 30-day mindset bingo. It's a 30-day mindset reset that will guide you through these steps that will get you kicked off in the right direction.
Yeah, you can add them to your routine, and they don't take very long.
Yep. They're fun for everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.